I think this is the most, or one of the most important videos in the entire course, in my opinion, because people know what they need to do inherently, to a degree, not fully, but they know what they might need to do in order to get some results, for that matter, whether it be a little bit or a lot, okay? They know what they need to do in order to start moving in the right direction to a degree. But there's something, or multiple things, that cause people not to do that. There's something that they are telling themselves, whether it be based on a previous story or things that happened when they were a kid, or maybe something they just went through, or something they saw or they were a part of with a big group, that is stopping them from achieving their goals or even working towards their goals. And there's people that are telling themselves a story that have made some progress with whatever they want to accomplish, and they end up stopping because of what happens to them or what they've seen. What you tell yourself is wildly important, and it is the most important thing that you can ever do to yourself, is build a story, kind of like building a brand for yourself that is going to get you moving in the proper direction and on the right pace to become the person that you need to be to reach your goals. Because you are never going to do it with who you are right now. And if you are somebody who keeps telling yourself that you're not good enough because you already may be too fat or you're overweight, or you've always been skinny and it's going to take so much time in order to put on muscle, or that you've always felt stupid and you're not good at this subject in school, or you've always been one that hasn't been as athletic, or you're somebody who's been shit at this or garbage at that, you will never achieve what you want to achieve, okay? And I know you've heard that before, but I really need you to understand that and really say it to yourself. You will never, which is the key word that you can bold and underline, never achieve what you want to achieve because of the internal dialogue you currently and always tell yourself. You need to start telling yourself that you can do those things. Even if you don't believe it, you need to tell yourself that. And as ridiculous as that sounds, because of psychology and because we know now through several studies that if you continue to take action and tell yourself certain things, even when you don't believe it, you will start to notice a pattern of your mindset shifting, okay? You need to stop telling yourself that you're not good enough and start saying, maybe I am good enough. And move on to start proving yourself through action that you're able to do what you think you can't do. What I mean by that is, if you're somebody at the very basis of it all who thinks that they can't lose weight, and you continuously start to eat foods and start to have a lot of higher caloric intake foods, and you continuously do that, it all starts from within your head. Why do you think you do that? You do that because of things you've experienced, but also what you tell yourself. So if you can just start from up here, start saying, you know what, today I'm not going to have this meal, or I'm going to end up cutting this out today, or maybe I can end up going to the gym and doing some cardio, or maybe I can go for a walk outside. And you just go do that, and you start repeating that day in and day out with little small adjustments like that, and you keep doing it over and over, and you tell yourself that you're able to do it. You will start developing a different mindset that's going to allow you to start getting small wins and results. And you will start to see that you will start to be on your way to developing yourself into a different person that won't even think or consider thinking how you used to before. You won't even tell you, actually you'd look at yourself and say, how dumb could I have been to tell myself that I wasn't able to do this just because I thought so, or just because I haven't had certain successions up until this point. You even know yourself that if you go out on the internet and you look at certain people's history, and you look at individuals that were stuck in such a shitty situation, you could take anybody's story, it doesn't matter who it is. You know by reading their stories and reading what they've done that they've gotten out of the worst situations, maybe even worse than what you're in right now. So if that's the case, and it's already been done before, why is there such a pushback on you being able to get out of your current hole or situation? There's no reason why you're not able to get out of the situation you're in right now. You can do it. You just are scared that if you try and you fail, you're just going to be back to where you originally were. Well, I'll tell you, if you don't even try, you're going to stay there and get even worse. you're going to get even lower than where you are right now. That whole saying is that when I hit rock bottom, there's only one way to go and it's up from here. That's not true. You can always develop yourself into a worse situation than where you are right now, which is why you need, in the sense, to be, as the saying goes, your biggest cheerleader, because it's only going to be you that is going to have to take care of yourself. You could be 25, you could be 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and so on right now. You might not have your family near you. If you do, you're still lucky. You might not be in a relationship. If you are, you're lucky. You may not even have a real group of friends. If you do, you're also lucky. People that actually care about you. You may not have a job that you like. If you are in a job that you like, that's great. That's a bonus for you. So you have to understand yourself. If you are in that situation and you have nothing going on, it needs to come from you. You have to start sitting there and you have to look in the mirror, or just think about it by sitting down and saying, when is enough going to be enough? When am I going to be able to start pulling what I need out of myself in order to start changing something? That all starts with your internal dialogue, with what you tell yourself that you are good enough, and you start taking action to do that. You have to come to a point where you have to say, nobody's coming to save me. I may be in a relationship. I may know people. I may have a great family. They're not going to come and help me. You may not even have anything at all. You may just be by yourself. You may just be alone in a country that you moved to, and it's just you and you alone. Regardless, it has to come from you. Nobody's going to come and save you. And the longer that you wait and the more that you continue to tell yourself things that literally aren't even true, that you're just creating in your head based off of experiences that you've gone through that don't dictate your life, or telling yourself lies just based off anxiety that aren't even true and haven't even transpired to begin with, the more you're going to put yourself and waste your life away in a situation that you won't even be able to get to the person that you need to become to realize all the things that you want. I promise you, when you can start just telling yourself that you're good enough and acting on the things every single day that you keep avoiding, and start pursuing those things, and then start taking the necessary actions, whether you're scared or not, it doesn't matter. You're always going to be fearful of something, and start taking the action that you need to take, you will start seeing a change in your psychology and in your paradigm. You will start moving towards doing things. Even when you're scared, you will start taking the action that you need to take in order to change yourself. And it has to be on a day in, day out, consistent basis. And when you do those things and you start getting small wins, your self-esteem builds, you become stronger, you walk taller, your chin stays up instead of down, your chest comes out instead of caving in, and you start looking at people in the eye because of the respect you have for yourself now. Your body language changes, how you portray yourself changes, and people see that and they'll start noticing, and they'll even start paying you more respect and want even to gravitate around you because of what you can protrude outside of yourself and what you show them. And I know these are all things that you want, and you want to have it in every area of your life, and it's very possible. But I will tell you, none of it will happen unless you yourself start telling yourself up here that it's possible and that you can do it. You have to go with the basis of that. Again, nobody's coming to save you. If people are along the way to help you, that's a bonus. But nonetheless, it has to start from you. And you just have to start with the simple phrase of taking the word no out of your vocabulary and just saying, yes, I can. All right, guys, that's the end of this video. I hope what I said in the video you do take to heart, because there are a lot of people, again, that could be getting so much more results than what they're getting right now if they just got over their little fears that don't exist and they just kept pushing themselves forward and kept doing it day in and day out. But if you have anything to say, put it in the comments below. If you are somebody that feels like you can contribute something, that there's something that you can say that will help an individual, put it down below. If you have any questions, put it down below. And I will see you guys in the next video.